Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series on how to create an open world game. So this time I'm going to work on the IK system for horse, and as you can see here, these horses hooves are placed according to the slope of the ground, and this is what I'm going to show you today. So as here as well, you can see the horse legs are moved and placed according to the slope of the ground, no matter the direction or the way I am climbing, walking. So like this. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you today. And as always, this episode is sponsored by these generous Patreons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Alright, so first let's I'll open my horse animation blueprint and this one. So now in order to add IKs, I need to add IKs for, unlike in human character, the horse has 4 legs, so therefore I have to add 4 leg IK nodes. So first let's check the bone names of the horse, and let's start with the back. Right, so this one is horse horse link, and this one is horse foot. Let's add an IK to that one first and see what happens. Like IK, and so let's define the leg here. IK foot bone should be foot, horse foot here. And what's the other one? Where's the foot? Yeah, horse link. Right, so now let me enlarge this a little bit, and let's I have already added this, by default this is 1, so let's compile. And yeah, well, this is what happens, and not exactly what I expected. Okay, maybe we should change this. Okay, let's try changing this too. Instead of L foot, I'll put L horse link, and for this one I'll put L foot. And yeah, let's see. Right, now as you can see, this is, I think this is more natural. Well, there are no horses in here nearby my home, but I guess this is the way the horse leg works. And let's try something like 0.5. Yes, okay, that's better. So I'll change this back to 0, and this one, so I'll duplicate this node, and 1, and for this one I should add R, right leg, this one, and where's our foot? Here. Compile, and yeah, as expected it bends this one. I'll again change this back to 0, and for the front I'll duplicate this two, connect it like this, and for the first one let's check the name. Okay, L for arm and L hand, right. uh, L for arm and L hand. It's, yeah, and this one R for arm and R hand. Yeah, let's set this to 1 and compile to see the difference. Yeah, is this correct? Well, for now yes, I guess. I'm not 100% sure, but let's see, assume that's correct. And yeah, now I'll promote these two variables. This one is ik back, ik left back, and this one is ik r right back, and this one is ik front left, now left front, and this one is ik right front. Right, now variables are all set up. Let's try changing them. Yeah, this one is okay. How about this one? Yeah, this one is also okay. Okay, right, now I think that's all. Right, now we need a way to identify the amount of this ik alpha value. So how can we do that? Well, first I'll disable grass so that we can easily see the ground, right. And when I play the game, the horse is like that, and I think I should adjust the, let's check the horse blueprint first and make sure this capsule aligns with the horse. Actually it is a little bit above, as you can see here. So let me get it, move this down a little bit. Well, this is, I think I should disable snapping. Oh, try 5, not, try 1. Yeah, now this is correct. And let's try. Well, let me disable this game mode and so that I can clearly see the horse. Right, now the hooves are firmly on the ground, and let's put this horse on a bit of a uneven ground, in an uneven place like this. Still, this is pretty much okay. Well, let's move this a little bit back. Right, still the hooves are on the ground. That's because I have adjusted this horse's alignment. I have rotated the horses in my previous tutorial to align with the surface, and therefore this works. But I think I should disable that. And let's check when the horse is oriented like this in the hill. So let's play the game. And yeah, now here, as you can see, this is these left hooves are not on the ground. So let's fix that. So just like we fixed the foot positions of the human, let's take a similar approach. So we have already doing some tracings, ground tracings here from horse neck and pelvis, and the neck is pelvis is here, and the neck is where? Neck is here. So I think we can use these two traces, and well, I think we have to change this part a little bit, because we have to do 4 traces in order to identify the surface below 4 hooves. So let me open my human animation, and I will copy this trace ground function, because I'm a little lazy to write that again. We need out hit location and out hit normal. So let's get it like this. Copy and go back to host, new function, trace ground, and paste. And connect it like this and like this. Okay, and let's go back here. So here I'm using this horse neck location and horse pelvis location, but I don't think that's a good idea to use it in that way. So let me change this part a little bit using that function I just created. So instead of this one, I'll do ground trace, trace ground, and as I did with the human, let me split this and this one also, X and Y from this one, Where do I really need to use this neck? No, so let's use these two bones. So for now, yeah, what's the bone name for this? No, here, L hand. Yeah, let's do it like this. L hand, we need 4 bone locations. This one, L hand, and was R hand. So this is to front legs, and for the back I need, well, let me get rid of this part. Okay, and this part, right, duplicate, connect these two. And what is the back name of sockets? It should be L foot. Copy selected bone name, go here, not there, go here, and paste, this should be R. Okay, so now for the Z, I should give this Z value. So how can I get that? Well, that's easy. Just like we did for the human, we can do this. We can get at the location and split, and we can get the capsule half height. Take this one minus the half height. Right, now this is the value I should use. The reason to do this is as I apply IK values, this leg tend to change. As I showed you before, it would move up. Let me do a demonstration. So it goes like this. So if I use the Z location of this one, then I would get some false values, some odd values for the difference for this one and this and the ground, and that would lead to problems. So therefore I need a fixed location to change the ground, to measure the ground slope. So that's why I'm using this one for the Z. And yeah, here we get the trace ground result for the L hand. And let's duplicate this and duplicate and duplicate, connect, right. Now similarly I'll connect the Z values like this, and X and Y values like this. Right, so now as for these two values, I require to check the ground slope uh, along the horse's forward axis. That means slope in this side, not that side, in this way, in this way. So for this slope, So to calculate that I require these two values. So how can I get these two values? Well, that's easy. All I need is these two values. This is from the both front legs, and divide by 2, and the locations of back legs, and divide by 2. And connect it like this. So that system we already have to align the hose in this way should be fixed now. Let's check. Well, no, I think I have plugged these values in the wrong way, so I should plug them like this. Right, now that part is again restored. So now let's move on to the next part. Right, now let's rotate this hose again and play. Right, now as you can see, here we have the difference again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the hose down and then move up, so that when I move the hoses down, these two hooves will be placed on the ground. And after that, using 𝐼𝐾, I'm going to move up these two legs. So how can we do that? Well, in here, I don't need this one. Yeah, and here in the event graph, so now I have the, let's use to determine the difference between two legs, let's use back legs. That means this two, that means this two, and the difference between these two minus this one minus this one, and here, well, let's print this. No need to print. Let me split this and promote this to a variable. I'll call it, what should I call? I call this hips, difference in hips correction in the for the human. I'll call this one mesh pelvis correction. And set it here. And in the anim graph, I already have this bone pelvis modification to a rotation modification to align with the ground. So here I'll change this translation from ignore to add to existing and change this to world space and split this. And for this Z, I'll use this hip correction like this. Let's play and see what happens now. Well, I think I should change these two pins like this one up and this one down. Okay, right, now both these left hooves are on the ground and these two are below the ground. Right, so now I have to figure out how to determine this ik values. Well, let's try a method like this, just like we did for this one. These are the front legs. I'll reduce this one from this one. Well, this part is becoming a little bit complex because there are too many lines, so I'll do it here and split. Right, and set. So these are both front legs. Yeah, so I'll get this front ik left front and ik not get, I should set ik left front, set ik right front, and this one I'll directly put it here. This one I'll put with multiplication with -1. Again, here also I need to determine whether to change these two pins. Let's see if that works first. Well, actually, yeah, I should first divide this with some value because ik can only be between 0 and 1. Let's divide this by what could be the difference between these two. Let's try 30. Connect here and here. Wait, not there. Here. Let's see. Yeah, now as you can see, the front legs are okay. And I think I should change this to a little bit lower value. How about 20? Yeah, 20 seems good. Now this one is like this, and let's do the same to the black legs. Okay, similarly get this one and subtract this one, and nope, not just that, I need both. Split and plug Z and set ik left back, and okay, again I forgot to set ik left back and set ik right back. Connect. Right, now let's see. Okay, so the foot locations are correct, but we have to rotate the hooves in order to match with the slope of the ground, and this one is automatically matching, that's good, but the back one is not. Well, we will work on that later. For now, let's try this with different angles. Well, this is already okay. Well, let's try moving around with my character. Right. Okay. Well, this is a little bit above the ground. We have to tweak the values here. Yeah, definitely we have to work on the values, but still we have something. Yeah, we are way above the ground. Yeah, actually the problem is this. When I'm in this way, this is correct, but when I change my direction to that way, the horse is going upward. But again, change this way, the IKs are correct. So yeah, I think the problem is with the hip correction or the pelvis correction. Because here also when I am facing that way, I am going upward. So I have to, this part is wrong. Right. Actually, this should always be minus. That's the thing. So it's because no matter what, no matter the direction of the slope, uh, to touch the lowest hoof with the ground, this pelvis should always go down. So therefore, this should always be minus. And I can get the absolute value and multiply with a -1 like this. Right, now this should work on all the directions. Yeah, now it's correct in this way as well. Okay, how about this way? Right, this way. Okay, how about this? Okay, good. Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with this. And we have to do some enabling disabling IK based on speed and do some stuff like that, but still this is good. This is good enough for me. Yeah, let me know what you think, and if you have any problems, please feel free to ask. I will also upload the source code, the project latest source code into my Patreon account, and please note that in there I will not distribute this host model because I don't have rights for that, but I will share all the blueprints. And if you like to support my work, you can go to patreon.com code like me. The link would be in the description below, and there you can join my Patreon club. Based on the membership you join, the tier you join, you will have different privileges as I have explained this section. Okay, see you in the next episode. Goodbye.